So, you've made a huge decision. You've decided to work abroad, thousands of miles from home, for the next 3 years. That's a journey of incredible sacrifice, but it's also a massive opportunity. We're here to make sure that all that hard work really, truly pays off and turns into a future that you control. So, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's start with this number, 36 million shillings. If you're earning 1 million shillings a month, this is what you'll have earned after 3 years. It's a life-changing amount of money, no question about it. It's the tangible result of all your dedication. But you know what? Earning it is just step one. And that brings us to the most important question of all, really. After the contracts are done, after all those long hours, and all that time away from your family, what will you have in your hands? What will you have to show for everything you've done? That's what we need to figure out. To build a strong future, we first have to look at the common traps. Because, believe me, earning the money is only half the battle. Let's talk about the financial mistakes so many people fall into. Not because they're careless, but just because it's the way things have always been done. This is so interesting when you see it laid out like this. So, saving in a bank, right? It feels safe. But here's the thing. Inflation is often higher than the interest you get, so your money is actually losing its power. Then there's sending money home for family expenses. It's vital, of course, but it doesn't build anything for you. After 3 years, poof, that money's just gone. And the big one? The dream of buying land and building from far away? Wow, that often becomes a black hole for cash, and you end up with a half-finished house that isn't making you a single shilling. That last column, it really tells a story, doesn't it? And here's the hard truth, but it's one we have to face. Too many women come back home in almost the same financial spot they were in when they left. And the problem isn't that they didn't earn enough money. It's that their money was just being spent or sitting still. It wasn't actively working for them. But, and this is a big but, it doesn't have to be that way. There is a way to switch your money on, to turn it into your hardest working employee. This next part is all about unleashing that hidden power. So the key to all this is something called a unit trust. Now, don't let the name scare you off. It's actually a really simple, powerful idea. You basically put your money into a big pot with lots of other people. Then financial experts, people who do this all day, every day, invest that big pot of money to make it grow. You're basically hiring their expertise to build your wealth. And this is where the real magic happens. It's called compounding. Honestly, this is your financial superpower. All it means is that the interest your money earns, well, it starts earning its own interest. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it gets bigger and bigger, picking up more snow and moving faster and faster. It is the single most powerful force in growing money. So what does this superpower actually look like with real numbers? Let's see. On the left, that's if you put your 1 million shillings a month into a bank for 3 years. You'd end up with about 38.3 million. Not bad. But look at the right. That same money in a unit trust growing at, say, 12% a year, it turns into 43.5 million. That's over 5 million shillings more just by choosing a smarter place for your money to live. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking, this all sounds great, but what about my family? What about my responsibilities back home? And that brings us to maybe the toughest part of this whole journey. How do you balance taking care of your family today with building a future for yourself tomorrow?
Exactly. This is the reality. For almost every single woman working abroad, your sacrifice isn't just for you, it's for everyone back home. And that pressure, it can feel like you have to make a choice. It's either them or it's you. But here's the thing, you don't have to choose. Let's look at something called the Smart Split. It's a plan. From your 1 million shillings each month, half of it, that's 500,000, goes straight into that powerful unit trust for your future. The next 300,000 goes to your family for support, and the last 200,000, that goes into a regular savings account for your day-to-day needs, for emergencies. See? It's a plan that honors all of your commitments. And the results of this simple plan? They're incredible. Over 3 years, you've sent a huge 10.8 million shillings home to support your family. They're taken care of. And at the very same time, you have built 21.8 million shillings in personal wealth just for you. This isn't a compromise. This is a strategy where everybody wins.
So you've worked hard, you've invested smart. What does that actually mean when you come home? What can this wealth you've built actually do for you? Let's talk about the real-world power you've earned. You know, the classic Ugandan dream is buying land. And that's a great dream, but let's just compare things. Buying land needs a ton of cash right at the beginning. A unit trust? You can start with a much smaller amount. Land is so hard to manage when you're abroad, and it can take years to make any money from it. Your unit trust starts earning for you from day one. So think of it this way. The unit trust isn't a replacement for the land dream. It's the smartest, fastest way to fund that dream.
Let's go back to that original plan where you invest your full £1,000,000 a month. After just 3 years, this is the number you can come home to. Not a promise, not a half-built house, but 43.5 million shillings of cash ready for you to decide what to do with it. And what does a number like that mean in real life? It means freedom. It means choices. You can buy that plot of land and still have plenty of money left over. You can start your own small business, debt-free. You could pay for a child's entire university education. This isn't just money in an account. It's the key that unlocks the future you've been working so hard for. Okay, we've seen the common mistakes, we've found a really powerful solution, and we've gotten a glimpse of the incredible reward. Now it's time for the most important part, turning all this knowledge into action. Your journey starts right now. Let's tackle some of those worries you might have. If you're thinking, oh, I already save in my bank, the reality is your money is probably losing value there. If you say, but I really want to buy land, the reality is this is the best way to get the cash to do it. And if you're worried about trusting financial companies, look for ones that are regulated and have a long, long history. Some have been in Africa since 1845. These are real answers to very real concerns. And the best part? Getting started is so simple. It's just 3 steps. 1, you contact an advisor. 2, you decide how much you want to contribute each month. 3, you set up the payment. You can literally do all of this in less than 30 minutes, right from your phone, from anywhere in the world. It's that easy. So I'll leave you with this one thought. Your sacrifice, your time, your hard work, it all deserves more than to just sit in a bank account, slowly fading away. It deserves to grow. It deserves to compound. It deserves to build a future that gives you real freedom and real choice. Your 3 years abroad is an incredible opportunity. Make it count.